At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Dun, dun, dun. You know Christmas, dun, 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 was made for the children. Dun, dun, dun. Destiny's Children. 2G Christmas. Dun, dun, dun. Destiny's Child. Dun, dun, dun. On the 8th day of Christmas, my baby gave to me a pair of Chloe shades and a diamond belly ring. On the 7th day of Christmas, my baby gave to me a nice back rub and he massaged my feet. On the 8th day of Christmas, my baby gave to me a crop jacket with dirty denim jeans. On the 5th day of Christmas, my baby gave to me the poem that he wrote for me.
The feeling that I feel is so good. He makes me feel so in la 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 love. If he only knew what he does to me, my man, my baby. Oh, he makes me so lovely, so sexy. I'm so in la 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 love. How I love him for his generosity. My man. Doesn't it feel like whoa ha?
Whoa ha ha ha.
Whoa ha.
Whoa ha ha ha.
Whoa ha.
Whoa ha
Whoa ha. Whoa ha.
whoa
Whoa ha.
ha.
Whoa ha.
Whoa ha ha.
Whoa ha.
Whoa ha.
Whoa ha.
Whoa
Whoa ha. Whoa ha.
Wait. Hold on. What the
Eighth day of Christmas, my baby gave to me a pair of Chloe shades and a diamond belly ring.
Hey everybody, welcome back from Whoville. It's Jaden XD. Fahu Doris niggas. Welcome Christmas time.
I wonder where she's at. Where's Fahu Doris?
I don't know.
New Jersey?
Fahu Doris, welcome. The Grinch is a great film, by the way. I know it's supposed to be holiday and stuff, but like even the original Dr. Seuss cartoon is just he had a point and a vision.
No, he did. I'm
I
tired
don't
of
fuck with
them.
niggas like
I'm
that.
tired of them making the villain. Like, we've really got to get into origin stories. Now, no, I am not talking about the shit with the white man in it as the Joker. Oh, the Joker. But
one of these days, I'm going to give you the quiz that Bob gave Monet, or Monet gave Bob, and it was like, can you guess this white woman?
do it now. Well, we don't have shit to do this episode.
But that means I'd have to go and like show you on StreamYard. That's a lot of work. But one of these days I will do that.
Ooh, okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, because you know I don't know. Continue.
But anyway, welcome y'all to the Blackest Show About Nothing. This is our last live episode for the year. We're going on a little holiday break. We're going on holiday.
Yeah, on holiday.
And we'll be back in the new year, 2024. That sounds wild to say.
Future's now, old man.
Yeah.
Let's hope we make it there.
No, we will. What the fuck?
Listen, I don't know. Every day
All the
we're
worlds.
inching into, the end of the earth.
No, you're
You know,
right. The world. I thought you meant we.
Oh, not us. Like, we gonna be here forever.
I was like,
But
roaches
the world
never
itself. Exactly.
Evil lives.
Exactly. But you know, the earth, she just
No,
might not make
she's
it.
hanging on by.
Mhm.
We are
That
her.
moment.
We are all her fibroids, and she's ready to get rid of us. Honestly, man is Earth's fibroids. Like that's just it's true. And
Yeah, we're Earth's tumor.
bitch, what in the fuck are you doing?
Earth's tumor.
I hate this bitch upstairs. I swear to God. Like, I hate this bitch. I really
Oh
do.
my gosh. I found out my next door neighbors are wiggers.
Oh no, baby, please. Oh no, baby, please. Why?
So, you know, I live in this new whites only building. So,
Yeah.
I don't really
I wish
there's a
you
lot
would
of
I
I do. There's whites only grocery stores in Los Angeles, and this is a whites only building. However, there's a lot of minorities that live in here, but they all don't know that they're minorities, right? So
do y'all all? Oh, yeah. I know the
it's
kind.
Los Angeles still, you know what I mean? So because anywho, we're coming in from lunch and we see like really nice urban art. Like it would be like hung in like a Bathing Ape store
Okay.
or whatever that. Remember when Swizz Beatz had that little robot anime store in Soho
Yeah.
next to Chobani?
Yeah.
Art like that. But it was nice. It was nice. And it was sitting in the lobby. Clearly you can tell like somebody's waiting to bring it upstairs or to somebody's apartment or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. And now I've seen there's this black guy who moved in. He's a rapper of some sort because I've seen him around. Like I've seen him on the internet, and I was like, oh,
Your
that's
descriptions
that man.
are hilarious. They are the descriptions of a white woman. He's a rapper of some sort.
There's a episode of Frasier where he goes on like a ski resort or whatever. He was like, and somehow I ended up on in a jacuzzi with some man named Puff Daddy. I know. But for all intents and purposes, that was the joke.
No, I know.
And
it's a lot of funny, like Papa Diddy Pop, all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that nigga is still a dark hole.
Yeah, and not in a good way. So
Nope.
like he so oh yeah. So anywho, I had seen my neighbor before, but it was he was dressed in like regular like what you wear around at home, a tank and basketball shorts, and everybody wears that. It's whatever. So a couple of hours later, I go downstairs to go run an errand outside, and I come back in, and I see that the art is posted next door to for my neighbor, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So then I'm like, for whatever reason, a couple hours later, I go out and I have to go take out the trash or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I finally see my neighbor in regular clothing. He's dressed like, how do I say this? Every white man that work at Kith.
Oh. Like he's got short pants, high white socks, a baseball cap, a jacket, and a shirt underneath. Like
he dressed like Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was that. But like, he was wearing Bathing Apes, which was interesting.
Man, I got me some Bathing Apes.
Oh.
And how I knew that, because, Bathing Apes accosts you with everything, with all the logos and shit that they have on all of their accoutrements.
I didn't know Bathing Apes was still making clothing.
Mm-hmm. Hypebeast. Hypebeast is...
No, I know. I just don't know what... Once upon a time... I guess I was a little hype beastie, maybe.
The times called for that. Early 2000s called for everybody was a hype beast. Like
it was like I just liked a lot of sneakers. I was always at oh God, you know the store. Oh my God.
Shoe Palace.
No, Premium Goods. Premium Goods.
Oh yes.
I was always at Premium Goods getting, funky sneakers, different dunks they didn't have in like Foot Locker and shit. I remember A Life. I don't know if you remember A Life. Hype beastie sneakers.
It's like concretely.
What was that brand called with the brass knuckles? I'd wear. No, it was their logo was brass knuckles, but like they would make cute T-shirts and shit like that. So I was like, I feel like I had a little hype beastie era, but like you said, the times called for it. Whereas the hype beast now, the niggas with that, what's that shit called? Those stickers and
Supreme.
I was about to call it premium. Supreme.
And like and hype beasts hype up the most like basic things, right? Like I think about Champion, like brand, right? How when back in the old country, you used to get clowned for wearing
Target
Champion, at Wally World and Best and shit, right? Like Kirkland's finest, right? If you know, you know. But now you have an exclusive Champion by Louis Vuitton and like with Victor, a whole bunch of shit.
I was
like Kanye
very
West.
confused by that Champion rise because, like you said, I remember when you could buy gray Champion sweatshirts at Costco or Sam's or whatever.
3 for $19.99.
Yeah, and I was
they were the Gilead of the time.
Then all of a sudden they were a thing. They were the Gilead,
the Gildine, because you know. All y'all people that have Insta brands, I know what type of shirts you got.
Or they were like juvenile delinquent uniforms.
What we were at home zhuzhing about, I swear this is related, about tattoos, because Chris woke up and was like, I'm gonna get a tattoo today. And I was like, okay, what do you get? And it turned into a long discussion. And he didn't end up getting one because of this discussion, because he was like, I'm tired. So we talked about like, I wonder how many people in the world have like the hope, faith, and love thing. Like it looks like the EKG, and it's like a boop boop, and it's like the cross, and then like the faith and love, whatever the fuck. But then I thought even further, and I was like, I wonder how many people folk. Yeah, see, there you go.
It's old.
Yeah, but then I think about like how many people folk, because I don't want to say women folk, because there was a time I wanted this too. Have the Baby Fat Cat logo tatted on it.
Oh, the same amount of people who have Tweety Bird and Mickey Mouse. What you mean?
Cherries.
And cherries. Or like my aunt used to have, she used to have a panther that was crawling up her calf. And I told every time she'd come over, I'd be like, where's it going? She hated me.
Yeah.
Where is it going? It just was this on her calf. And I told you about that girl I worked with who got that Tweety Bird tattoo on her lower No. She had a Tweety Bird tattoo on her calf, bright yellow, and she was bright yellow. And she also had her name tattooed. I remember when she came to work and had her name got sprawled huge across her lower back. And I was like, why'd you get your name on your lower back? She's like, because when a nigga is hitting it, he can't forget who it is. And I was like, that's not that good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love the self-read, but damn.
It was, I was like, that's terrible logic, friend.
Yeah, that's horrible. Like, you should have just did the regular way and just put W's on each ass cheek. You know what I mean? Like, then it would work out better for her instead of just putting her whole fucking name on her back.
When I'm 75, I'm getting Thug Life across my stomach. I'll tell you that now.
At 75, I'm doing heroin. Why? Because I'm 75. I am doing crack at fucking 75.
No, you can't do crack till
No,
90,
okay.
nigga.
No, I did say when I turned like 90, 91, then I'm doing all the drugs. Why? Because I've been here for too damn long. So I might as well have a wang dang fucking doodle.
It's true. Be like, let me see what this shit feels like real quick.
Like, imagine being on shrooms at like Norman Lear's age 101. It feel like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, like you going through time. Because it's like I've lived 100 years and I'm on shrooms. I could go back to like Jim Crow.
Yeah. Or maybe drop a little acid.
Oh, and then I'd be in like prehistoric days. I'd be like, y'all niggas invented the wheel. Damn.
Or like that tweet I saw the other day where they were like ancient dildos and it was all these rocks shaped like dicks. But I was like, the internet is a terrible place. It's a terrible place.
Yeah.
We should pay some bills.
We should. Thank you everybody for listening and each and every week, and especially supporting us through this year and continuing throughout. Tell a friend, tell 5 friends today about Jaded XD and tell them to tell 5 friends. The cult of Jaded XD is growing and we need more members of our Agents of Chaos, AOC, the Church of Chaos.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Wouldn't it be COC?
COC. Yeah, cock.
When I was a part of Cock, that's in the documentary.
Yeah.
And it'd be like former Cock member.
Oh, that's funny. But yes, tell a friend that we're on each and every week, even when your faves are not, because we will have, good stuff throughout the vacay here about. And again, sign up for Patreon. True Mess Lives. We're covering some. We're watching The Hills. And for the Gen Xers and all of us, we are also watching Anne of Green Gables.
It's about to get handmade up in here. Can't wait.
Oh man, it's a good time. And of course, regular awful reality TV that we hate to love.
Yeah.
But it's a great time. Join Patreon. If you can't afford it this season, if you can, it's also a great stocking stuffer.
Oh yeah.
But if you can't do it this season, you can still support the kids by subscribing for free on YouTube. We have really cool stuff over there, and like, comment, subscribe, leave us 5 stars everywhere. Run up the numbers on social because the algorithm sucks. Because on my own Instagram, I haven't seen anybody that I follow in days. So
that's fair.
Yeah. So you go to our Instagrams and Twitter and like and interact with those things. So that really helps us out.
Especially and TikTok.
Oh yes, and the TikTok. I posted a TikTok today. I was proud of me. I know. I'm getting in my creator bag again.
I've been TikToking a little bit. It's usually about my random thoughts. I'll share some of those with you after the break.
Yeah. Today I was in front of PETA and I had a key cackle.
I saw. That nigga said, so I'm right by the Church of Scientology, and then flashed to the sign of PETA. I scared my cab driver because I was cackling out loud.
Yeah, it's so funny because there's a chicken restaurant right across the street from PETA. It's so funny. And what made me take notice because I was walking in the neighborhood and I saw a PETA van. And I was like, why the fuck do they have cars around like a fucking street team? And then I bust the corner. Yeah, I don't know. I bust the corner, and because that part of like LA is very like lesbian. It's everything is vegan, and so I go. It's white I promise. If if I say Mohawk Bend, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, okay." So I'm walking, and I'm, that's what I noticed. I was like, But yes, let's take a break, and we'll be back with more Jaden XD. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
1, 2, 3. Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow, baby. Feel it all so silky smooth.
And we're black. Yeah.
So, I was having some thoughts the other day, and then I had some conversations with some friends, and we were talking about the resurgence and the boomerang of fashion. How and this is not just Gen Z. Like, this is all of it. We did it. We did it with the 60s and the 70s.
Every 20 years it comes.
Bell bottoms, right? Always. And they're doing it with all the fashions now. And so I was like, in all of these different resurgencies, whatever the fuck the word is, please don't bring back Jerry curls. Well, nigga, I found out that I was too late because they already brought back the Jerry curl, and it has been rebranded as the fucking Gina curl.
Why is it my hair is shorter now than it was with my very first Gina curl? It's shorter now. I don't like it. And what pisses me off even more, one, I paid for it. Two, I have to stay like this for the next damn 6 months.
Yeah.
You knew this?
Go Gina. Go Gina.
Who the fuck is Gina? I heard she's white.
Yeah.
Oh, let's look up who Jerry is, because Jerry actually was the person who invented Jerry curls. And in case you are wondering how to spell that yourself, if you're looking, that's a Jheri.
Joe Dudley is on my galactic A team.
Because that orange can. Let me tell you something. That orange can is a classic.
Yeah. Blue Magic Grease. Yeah, Joe Dudley. Thank you.
Oh, who created Murray's?
I feel like it's all somebody Dudley or Dunbar, somebody black.
Of course, it's fucking. I already donated.
Oh my gosh.
Like, are they poor? What's the problem?
And I don't know why they just won't put Google ads on the bottom of their page. They would earn so much money if they would just put a banner at the top of everything. It don't have to be anything invasive. It could just be this one singular banner. Hell, they have it on regular sites. Even CNN got Google ads on their shit. There's one little banner. They would make so much money instead of asking us every other day. And I've donated before.
Me too. And I don't ever want to donate again. Yeah. So the Jerry curl was created by Jerry Redding.
White man.
Irish American hair care entrepreneur.
She had a friend by the name of Jerry Redding, who was a session artist. He owned a salon, so he was a hairdresser. But Jerry Redding loved to get in the kitchen, and he loved to take soy sauce, which is protein, and mayonnaise, which had emollient properties, and put them together and put this mixture on sun-baked, highly teased, highly peroxided hair.
Oh, so they were trying to set niggas up.
Jetty!
This is anti-black. You all have been doing... See, and they had us thinking that a nigga created Jerry curls.
But I gotta be honest, I never thought black people created Jerry curls. I just thought that's just something black people wore. And you know why?
Why?
Because why would we create something that is damaging to other shit in our house?
why would we continue to wear it after we realize that it's damaging the other shit in our house? No, I don't buy it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
No, niggas love that shit.
Niggas
And
love Jerry
niggas
curls.
love
I
Jerry
know.
curls. All my uncles had one at one point. I'm so glad my father never
They
had
love a
one.
curl.
You had a
I
Jerry
had a
curl for a
curl.
period of time, didn't
I
you?
did.
Little
I
wave
did.
nouveau.
I had a little wave nouveau. It was a curl. Every homosexual has had a kit in their head.
But why
Black
is it
homosexual.
back?
Because anti-blackness is.
It never went away. It never died.
So I was watching so this girl on Big Brother last season, America.
Mm.
Her name is America Lopez. So let's go with that.
Okay.
So she went on Insta Live with her showman's boyfriend, Corey, who was white, which is interesting because his brother actually played on Survivor. But anyway, she was explaining on live because Corey made a joke like, oh, she's anti-black. It was because she was explaining how she was like, I'm not a person of color. And I was like, I get that.
Okay.
Because here's her
Me neither.
rationale. Because both of her parents are white Latino. So her idea was, I am not of the diasporic experience. And I was like, you technically, sure. Okay. I'll give you that.
But what was the energy behind how she was saying that?
She's not she is one of those
was she trying to other herself?
She got a white boyfriend. I'm gonna go with that. Like I will say, if she could probably run the shit out of a McDonald's, you know what I mean? Like a warship, okay? Like you know what I mean?
That's always such an interesting because it's not everybody just because they have a white spouse, but then it just be certain. Like I seen these two Haitian sisters on TikTok. And both of them got bad wigs, and both of them got white husbands.
Are you talking about the ladies who was with the wigs on their head, and she don't want people to come to their function with natural hair?
Wait, what?
So there's
Who is that?
Oh, I don't save these things. Why would I? I don't keep evil in my phone. There's these two ladies. I'm assuming they're of how do I say this? They're the type of women who you may have seen them on 125th Street, and they wear wigs that sit like fitteds. Let's go with that.
Yes, that sit atop the head.
Yeah, so this particular podcast clip, these two women were discussing with the said look of like, it looked like a fitted, but one of them was an entrepreneur. And she felt as though that women should not wear their natural hair to their events because it's unkempt.
I have not seen that.
Everybody was like, there's a lot of pot calling the kettle, calling the kettle pot, calling the kettle, kettle pot, kettle pot, kettle.
Especially with that wig sitting on, like literally sitting atop.
Yes,
like
sitting
Old
on
Smoky.
4/4s. Yeah. On top of spaghetti uncovered with cheese. The wig was her meatball.
Because that's how it looks.
Falling to her knees.
Like they are straight out of a Tyler Perry film.
Leaning Tower of Weft.
And those are usually the ones with the white husbands. Just like the bad leave out.
Yeah.
It's like a thing.
Yeah. I have a term for that, and I don't know if I could say it here.
Go ahead. You want to hear about a white child?
Sure.
Okay, this is not funny, but also. So I was talking to someone who works in education. And they said very casually, I think one of my students might be a cannibal.
What?
Let's call her Brenda. Brenda expresses at school that they are very interested in knowing what human flesh feels like between their teeth. Brenda has had to have meetings and whatnot.
Exorcisms?
Because Brenda be biting other students. Oh, it was like a whole thing. But when they told me that Brenda said, I want to know what human flesh feels like between my teeth, I was like, it's time to euthanize, honestly. You must euthanize the child because this is how documentaries are created. Like, what are we doing here? So I'm asking this person, I'm like, so what are the next steps? Like, are y'all going to take her out back or what? No.
Yeah.
There is
not human.
No.
It's not human. Kill it. No.
No. Yes.
How old is Brenda?
Noah's age.
Oh,
it's not even like
old.
A 4-year-old saying no wild shit, nigga. This is a tween. Put it down. Put it down. When they told me that, I was, and there were so many layers to this on top of that.
Because I have a lot of questions. So
I'll see if I can remember the answers if I know them.
Okay, so let me understand. So Brenda, does this come up in casual conversation with Brenda? Like all of a sudden we're talking about like Blackpink and like and sour candy.
Yeah.
Or is it very like Barbie? Like, does anybody want to feel what flesh feels like between their teeth? Like, like we're just talking about the Biebs, and all of a sudden you just bring it up cannibalism.
No, it's like
Does
that.
it happen
But also,
at
like
home?
Brenda wouldn't be talking about the Biebs because Brenda don't play well with the others. But which I mean, hello, let a bitch named Brenda keep biting me, nigga. I would have a problem.
Yeah. So then wait. So Brenda. Okay. So. Does she tell this to everybody, or is she like confident in this? Like, okay, did she tell Noah specifically?
Did she what?
Did she tell Noah specifically? Like,
This is
hey,
not at
girl.
Noah's school.
Oh, okay.
Hell no, nigga. I'd go put the child down myself. What do you mean? You're not about
Because
to
I
be
would have told I would have told Noah she got to befriend her, because here's why. You gotta befriend. You gotta befriend the other, so that when the time comes, you are notified ahead of time to not be where they're supposed to be. You get what I mean?
Unless your friend is a serial killer. And here's the thing. There is a series on Hulu called I Killed My Best Friend.
I know. But you see, sometimes you have to get ahead of the vote.
Yeah, in a way.
Yes. But also you need to make sure that's also somebody needs to gauge the threat level, right? Because now this goes back to my questioning. So how has there been what's the attempt level? Was there just like a we're playing, or was it like kidney beans and a nice Chianti?
It's a progression because it was more initially like a nya, but then Brenda said, I want to know what tearing human flesh feels like with my teeth. And then Brenda starts biting their own lip so that they can
Oh, she eats herself. Oh, okay.
Which is a theme today because I know very odd. So I go to the plant shop and mind you, I'm riding with a friend. And the friends tell me about this program they watch, End of the World or some shit like that, where essentially electronics have taken over everything, which is the direction we are heading. But even more so, but I don't want to give spoilers to people who give a fuck about that kind of stuff. So then we're having that conversation, and I was like, just like Black Mirror, like, yes, shit is about to go awry. Because when the minute they showed that episode with those robo dogs in the apocalypse, I was like, something about my spirit was vexed. Like, it didn't feel good. Then Eric Adams said he's gonna put those fucking dogs around New York City, and I was like, oh, it's Black Mirror come to life. So then I go to the plant shop today, and I'm talking to the nigga at the counter as I'm ringing up. And this nigga all of a sudden tells me, like in the future, humans ain't gonna be eating meat no more. He said, I'm reading this book.
Soylent Green.
In the future, humans ain't gonna be eating meat no more. And I was like, why? Just humor me. He was like, because they're gonna start eating each other. And it's gonna be white people first. So then he makes me take a picture of this book at the plant shop. Let me pull it up.
That's what Soylent Green was about. Remember when I had you all look at
Tinder is the flesh.
Yeah. That's Soylent Green with Charlton Heston, right? Where they all realized that they ran out of the food supply and they realized that, like Sweeney Todd,
Yeah.
There's lots of art that depicts cannibalism because humanity
because there's
has
a bunch of
realized
Brendas
at
on this
some
planet.
Yeah, they realized at some point only the strongest survive, and the way to do that when push comes to shove is eating other people.
You know what I hate about myself? I know what people taste like. I know that babies taste best.
One day God's going to be like, I know I said I'd never bring another great flood, but, everybody got a right to change their mind.
Hashtag free will.
No, I'll keep that to myself.
So back to Brenda. Are her parents... Are their parents? I don't know how Brenda identifies.
Oh, that's the other layer I forgot. Okay, are you ready? Because it gets worse.
No, I'm not, but continue.
Brenda's mother, I don't know about all that. Brenda's dad, so this person is like, they go around because they got to talk to Brenda's teachers and counselors and they got to talk to Brenda's people and figure out what's going on. Right. Hello, fuck the priest. Talk to Brenda's demon, nigga. Try to reason with that nigga. So
exercise it.
So they're like, hey, so about Brenda about Brenda and their desire to feel human flesh between their teeth. Have you talked to Brenda's parents? Well, Brenda's father creeps me out. So then they go, okay, all right, that's a problem. But we still need to talk about how Brenda has cannibal tendencies. So then they go to another one of Brenda's teachers or staff members. Have you spoken to Brenda's parents about this issue? Oh, yeah, Brenda's daddy creeps me out. Third staff member. Have you had a conversation with Brenda's parents about the fact that this bitch wants to wear human skin? No, because the daddy is a weirdo. And that answered everything I need to know. You got to put down the whole lineage. That's what the bad seed was about. If you don't put down the whole lineage, then the little girl's going to go around killing everybody.
Yeah,
all for things that they want. We gotta get to the root. There's too many little white boys out here killing cats and squirrels. And people be like, they're just boys. And we could really be doing the future a great service if we would euthanize.
Kevorkian in that bitch.
That's what I'm saying. We've got to euthanize them early before they can just get out of control. Had they done that with Jeffrey Dahmer, he might have left niggas alone. Which, by the way, I don't. People always say black men were his main focal point, but that's not true. But he would have just left people alone had you all put him down at 8. But see, we let things get out of control here.
Yeah. We always lose the plot. Niggas lose the plot. And now we got a little 12-year-old wanting to eat people on the yard.
I was like, so what's the what's the preventative measures here? Like, how do we do that? Do we just wait for the bitch to eat somebody before we take action?
Right. Or do you just put her in like a refrigerator like they did 11 in Stranger Things?
Oh, and on Punky Brewster.
That too.
When Cherry climbed in that refrigerator and they're all looking for her playing hide and go seek, and that bitch passed out in that refrigerator.
Yeah.
And I was like, Cherry couldn't get out the refrigerator. She just couldn't push the door open from the inside.
Right,
refrigerator doors ain't that strong. You're gonna be and my sister. Let's go see if we can get the refrigerator. Now you know who doesn't need to have access to refrigerators? Brenda, because that bitch is getting ready to start storing people for her delicacies.
I know she eats raw meat. Like she'd be like, "Mommy, Daddy, can I have a piece of pheasant raw?" Like,
she the only 11-year-old running around asking all these little people, "Have you ever had hog head cheese?" Like she's the only.
My grandmother used to eat hog head cheese.
Oh,
she used to make us go. So my grandmother didn't really like my godmother that much. She would be like, okay. So, but
wait, who is your godmother?
My godmother was this woman named Esther, who my mother worked with, who was like my mother's work mom.
Okay.
Right. My mother.
It's okay.
She wasn't saved then. Let's go there. So
mine either. So I don't have one. But go ahead.
But for whatever reason, her and her husband became my godparents. So, but they lived in the hood of East Palo Alto. Now East Palo Alto has an IKEA, but back then East Palo Alto would be comparable to where you live, but in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So, my grandmother would only agree to go. Like, my mother would like force the relationship with me and my godparents because they were much older. But I told you that my grandfather. Yeah, they're way older. They're older than my grandparents, actually. Oh. But my Leroy used to take me to the black rodeos. That's how I started writing. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's how I learned how to ride. Or I would go out and be out with him and my uncle because my uncle taught me in the ranch or whatever. Then Leroy was a black cowboy. He led like the black cowboys of something or other. Or whatever. They were esteemed Negroes of the community. Let me say that. And yeah.
So did you have a god? So did you? So. Like, did you like your godparents or?
Yeah, they were cool. I remember like it was odd because I felt like Troy and Crooklyn.
When she went down south.
Yeah, because I remember there was one time I spent the night over there, and they had like a weird old creepy house. Like it was very like. It looked like the house in Soul Food. Like I know there was like ghosts in it and shit like that, and everything was dusty.
Yeah, that's like my auntie's
everything was in plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anywho, the only place in California, in the Bay Area, would you have to go either way to all the Oakland or you'd have to go to East Palo Alto to get hog head cheese. And so my grandmother, since she didn't really like my godparents like that, but this would be the only time she'd have access to hog head cheese. So she'd be like,
This is a story about making hog-head cheese, an old-fashioned southern country delicacy made from, well, yeah, you guessed it, the head of a hog. And by the way, cheese ain't got nothing to do with it.
Now I'm curious, why didn't your grandmother like your godmother?
You know, I don't know. But you can tell my grandmother was very vocal about not liking people.
Mm-hmm.
but she would never be like, I can't ever recall like the rationale, but I do remember her always scoffing every time she'd be like, oh, I'm going to Palo Alto to take, Xavier to see Esther, and here comes up.
You should text your mom right now and ask her why your grandmother didn't like your godmother.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if my mother didn't know if she liked her. Because, me and my grandmother had a different relationship.
Yes, as a lot of us
She and I were good greater girlfriends. Me and my mother are mother and son.
That's like my grandma. She'd be like, your mom is crazy, Jade. And I'm like, I know.
Because my grandmother used to say the funniest thing. She'd be like, oh, Lord, Christine, she never did learn how to wave. So it would be my grandmother... a hoot. But so she would like figure out a way like, oh, well, I guess I'll ride with you. Because that way she could take my mama and be like, let's go get some hog head cheese or whatever.
I wonder if it was like an irrational, or if she really...
It probably was irrational. Because every time my grandmother would not set foot inside of that house. She would stay in the car each and every time. And mind you, my mother would go in there and visit for like maybe at least an hour, and come back and hear my grandmother in the back seat reading Jet magazine.
I live for your grandmother. I live for her.
Let's take a break.
Come back with some more nothing.
Yes, hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you earn can be in your hands today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck, then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. I have used Earnin in the past, and it has gotten me through. I firmly believe that life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? So make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability, security, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind. Download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Jade XD under podcast. When you sign up, it'll really help the show. Jade XD under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC. And we're back. How are you celebrating the holiday?
Oh, well, I just came back from a vacacion.
Yeah. I'm mad I missed it, but I have to.
I really wanted you to come on this one, but we'll do another one.
know.
And I can't tell you how it was yet because we're recording early, but I did prepare all of my goods before. I have something to show you. And if you're not a part of Patreon, this is the moment where you should be. Hold on one second.
I'm excited. Okay.
Hold on.
I wonder if it's very like earth signy, like packing cubes. I love packing cubes. If you don't have packing cubes, you need to get packing. I'm talking to you all while Jade is doing whatever, but get packing cubes. It is the best thing since curly fries, sliced bread, prep, doxy pep, everything. Beyonce, like packing cubes will save your life. I'm telling you, even if you like what's the call like Justin Bobby did, he was like, I don't only take a carry-ons. I don't believe in checking a bag either. I know more people are akin to do that, but this doll isn't. So I packing cubes help a lot. And you can get them any type of brand, whatever. You don't have to get like the ultimate big brand or whatever. You can go on the Zon and get it, but they will definitely help you out. I was talking to the audience about packing cubes and the importance of them.
Oh my God. Let me tell you all about the joys of adulthood.
Yeah.
That's one of the only ones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I can share all this with you all. But so I had to get all of my gifts and all my shit, ready ahead of time because I was going on this vacation. And I was coming back on the 23rd. I was like, I've never done anything like this before. Let's get risky. So I wanted to get all of their stuff. Before, we came back, before I left or whatever, so that I didn't have to like be scrambling. So, we're not matching pajama people.
Mm-hmm.
We're not matching pajama people. But, and we hate plaid and like all that shit. We hate Santas. So I was like, what are we going to do? We've never had matching pajamas before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just you wait, 'cause it is Christmas. Ha, 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 ha. So I got us each a pair of pajamas with our faces all over them. It is literally pajamas with our heads everywhere.
That is so funny.
So that's going. So instead of wrapping, because I'm over all of that. I'm just doing big sacks and I'm going to throw a whole bunch of shit in there and they get to just like pull shit out of there. So in addition to those pajamas, Noah wanted, she wanted headphones. So I got her some rose gold. She wanted Bluetooth headphones so that she didn't have to keep like her and her iPad be, playing tug of war. So I was like, all right, I'll get you some, but you can't have AirPods because you can't be sticking that shit in your ears. Black mom logic. So got her some rose gold beats. That was like her one electronic, like, thing. But she really didn't need a whole lot this Christmas. So, my God. Hold on. One more time, Patreon.
Okay.
Y'all are about to. Wait, you're about to.
I'll tell them about my gift giving thing.
Okay.
I'll tell you when you come back. So I have yet to purchase my gifts, and that's only because I've been really like racking my brain to think about what my gift. So like my gift for my family, I'm doing a family gift, is that normally we would spend the holiday at my mother's house. However, I'm getting a big family like Verbo and stuff so that everybody can spend it together in the Bay Area where we're from. So that way everybody can be together. But as far as gift getting, I firmly believe in getting something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. So that way it's a cohesive like gift set of things. So I have to really, and also my anniversary is at the same time, so I have to like think about I don't know what 7 years is what anniversary paper that is.
But, I've never done that shit. Where it's like the year of the wood, the year of the gold, the year of the cow, the year of the chicken. Okay.
Yeah, so whatever 7 years of.
So she's getting her headphones. And then I also, just got her like t-shirts of shit she likes. I got her this Casey Undercover t-shirt. You know, she just got her this vintage black Barbie t-shirt.
Oh, yes.
And then she has a Beyonce Renaissance one coming because, you know, Mama loves Beyonce. But then, oh shit. I'm so excited for her to get this. She's getting,
Oh my gosh. Why is it so big? Holy shit.
A tweed's dream.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I had no idea that existed. How many come in there?
It doesn't. It's a special edition, like it's not for sale. 1, 2, 3. 50.
Oh, you wait.
50.
You went to the company and got it?
I got it from a friend who works at a PR firm. And so they had so she was like, "Oh,
yes, PR firms. Put us on your PR list, guys. We deserve free stuff."
Absolutely. And we'd be talking about our you know who need to put us on the fucking list and stop playing ball-headed ass games? Seth Rogen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We are houseplant fans. Like, come on. Get with the winning team. So she's getting that, the headphones, the pajamas, the t-shirts. And then I got I'll figure that out later. Oh, fuck. And then and then I just got a bunch of like little shit. I got her some books. Ow, fucking dick. I got her some books. Good things, because you know we focusing on gratitude and whatnot. And even though she's reading chapter books, I just think it's good for her to have these black, you know. And then she's got a bunch of these as well. But I found, and I was trying to go back and forth between if I wanted these for myself or her, but it's the Little People Big Dreams, and this is the Stevie Wonder and Elton John editions.
That's so cute.
The Elton John is for me because she has no appreciation of him yet, but she will. But
she will.
Are you ready?
I
got her a coloring book called Karen's in the Wild. Karen's in the Wild, a coloring book. I want to speak to your manager. Beware of entitled privilege and rude Karens. And then there's Supermarket Karen. Is that the police? That's Barbecue Karen. This is Drunk Karen. Oh my God! This is 2 a.m. social media Karen with a live, laugh, laugh sign and a bottle of wine. Sports mom Karen. Break him! She's in dance, so she'll understand that well enough. The Karen family. They all have bobs! Do you have a permit, Karen? Yeah. I am the manager, Karen. Oh, a bitch with a clipboard. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Ooh. Oh, dog walking, Karen. I'm calling the police. This is the bitch who called on the nigga with the birds.
Who has his own show now on Disney Plus.
Breaking news, Karen. Good. He deserves.
Yes, that is my girl, Nancy Grace.
Crazy old Karen. It's my right.
Of course I called her nigger. What else was I supposed to call her?
We need to restore the natural order of things.
All right.
I don't care. The carriage is empty. That is my seat. That's petty Karen. And so forth and so on. So I got her. I will not wear a mask, Karen. So I got her those. And then, you know, and I'll probably put like some little candy and like some little shit in there. And she could just pull all that out of there. Now for Tristan. I got him a pair of sneakers. Oh, and I got her a pair of boots. I got him a pair of sneakers from a black-owned store. I got him some chanclas, but with like black, please, with like embroidered, you know, with these are Senegalese made. Okay, so I got him some chanclas, some black-owned chanclas, some sneakers, and then I got him because Papa he loves the outdoors. I got him a 10-in-1 camping axe.
Does he watch Survivor?
No, but he should.
Yeah.
I got him a 7-in-1 pen knife. I got him. Oh, Anafix pocket multi-tool pliers. Shit for him to and know that I'm not being heteronormative. Like this nigga likes to be outside, and so I got
He
him all
likes to
the
tinker.
Yes. I got him a black deck Be Rooted playing cards. A pocket knife that looks like a key. I also got one for myself.
Oh, that's actually fabulous.
Oh, this is for me. A Bluetooth radio speaker that looks like a little vintage radio. And look at my new luggage tag.
Yes, yerp.
Yerp.
Oh my god.
So yeah, and then the
cute.
pajamas and the sneak, so it'll just be like a fun grab bag of stuff.
That's so cute.
The day after Thanksgiving not only means eating leftovers, but also coming up with neat ideas for Christmas gifts. That's a bit of a strain for most people, so that partly explains why everyone comes out on the first day of the shopping season to get a head start.
Yeah, I typically, like I was telling the audience, I limit everything to 4 gifts. Something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read.
Yep, I like that.
And so I actually need to order a lot of that stuff today because I have a feeling of what I'm going to get.
What is he?
Them. I would say it on here, but y'all listening, y'all gonna tell him. So
well, by the time this comes out, they'll be getting their gifts. So
true.
And don't be hating ass niggas anyway. But so yeah, that's what I'm giving for the gifts this year.
Oh, those are very, very cute. I love the headassery of it all.
Especially those fucking pajamas.
Yeah.
I was like, how can I make this very fun?
I should do that. I should do that for him. You just get a whole bunch of shit with me on it.
I will send you the site.
Just like
hoodies, t-shirts, fucking, because you know who had matching shit on? Raven Simonier and Jojo Siwa. Apparently, they're like best friends with Raven Simone's wife, the 3 of them.
Oh yeah, lesbian link up.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
You know, Chris Rogers and her have the same barber.
Chris Rogers and Raven? Oh yes, because he met her.
Yeah,
that's right. Yes, and he was ecstatic and pleased, and she was kind to him.
And apparently, he has the same. He met Chloe Bailey at the gym the other day. They have like him and his trainer and her trainer are best friends.
Okay.
So they were like, he was working out and she was working out, and they was,
Okay, come on, LA life.
And I was like, he told me this, and he was like, "What'd you do today?" I was like, "I went to Target."
I have a tattoo by the same nigga who did one on Diamond from Crime Mob.
See, it's fine. Like I have a thing about Los Angeles that I've learned. A lot of, and this is about to sound really shady.
Okay.
But I don't want it to sound shady, but it's totally shady. I know we often joke about how LA looks like 1994.
Yeah, 6.
But I find that a lot of social interactions here in Los Angeles are interactions I've already had, like a decade to 15 prior. And I say that a lot of like influence and stuff here it's a lot of clout chasing still. Right? Whereas when I used to do that in my younger career and blogging days or whatever. Now I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm comfortable here.
Yeah.
Trixie Mattel talks about how when she first started out, it was like, oh, money and taking everything or whatever. Now, do you know what I do? This is exactly what she does. She's like, I calculate how much money I need to earn so I can figure out how much I need to work.
Yeah. And I'm not mad at that logic, honestly.
Yeah, I was like, money. Now I'm like,
No, nigga, let me tell you something. A bitch wants to have a siesta. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do as little as possible. As fucking possible. I don't want to do any more than that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we deserve to do that. We should not be nobody should be working at 60.
No. But I know what's going to happen.
But see, now nobody's working at 20. So y'all going to have to work at 60.
But you know what, though? I just don't feel, I don't have any confidence that we won't be able to not work until, like,
no.
I've already invested in and I know that's really probably bad to say or whatever, but I've already accepted that I'm going to be working until.
No, I'm going to be working until I want to. That's what I'm going to work out.
Yeah, that's nice. I just in my head, I'm just like, I just know the way of the world, and that some bullshit is gonna come my way.
Especially the way of America. They hate old people.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Listen, economy bad. That's why you got Gertie at 92, or that lady who was working in the plant that got injured the other day, and she's 86. Why, like? At one of them car factories. I didn't even know we still made cars in America.
Or the lady at the Honey Bunches of Oats factory.
I get out of work and I go to the store and somebody be smelling around. I smell cookies. I said, oh no, you just smell me. I just got out of work. That's Honey Bunches of Oats. That's all. I said, don't eat me now.
Donna.
Yeah. That lady is still there with that shower cap on. And it's sad.
Yes.
It's so sad.
God, come on, Post, retire her. Damn.
Maybe the kids will, because the kids, when they're not useless, they're actually really smart. Like, so the other day, Tristan buys me a new pepper spray.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, here come Noah. Why? Well, what's that for? Like, why do you need that? And I said, just to protect myself. And when you get old enough, you will have one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, how come? I forget why she asked it, or what she asked that prompted me to tell her that pepper spray is illegal in New York. Like, you can't purchase it anywhere in New York. And let me tell you how the kids are gonna be all right. She said, "Why is self-defense illegal?" Bars. Bars.
She's a genius.
A genius, nigga. I birthed a genius, nigga. Like,
why are we being punished for defending ourselves?
But y'all can kill babies. And I'm not talking about Brenda. I'm talking about babies who don't deserve it.
Yeah, that was very Michael Jackson. All I want to say is they don't really care about us. That's that level.
Or Kanye before the aliens abducted him.
Oh yeah,
George Bush does not care about black people because he doesn't.
Yeah,
but so then
speaking of,
go ahead.
Remind me to write. No, it's a completely left turn.
Oh, okay, well let's do it. Fuck it.
Speaking of Katrina.
Oh.
It's nothing, trust me. It's about nature. It's about nature.
Okay. All right.
So we're talking about this exact same thing. We're talking about George, that moment, and we were talking about when the levees broke, right? And we're talking about, geopolitical like structures and how like it's supposed to prevent us or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's the smart way to say it. Mm-hmm. But then we were like, okay, well, what about natural structures? Like, why naturally do things occur? And so then we started talking about beavers.
Mm-hmm. Y'all smoke a lot of dank in there.
It was a very in-depth conversation because we're like, okay, well, we talk about dams and man-made dams, but what about what beavers do? Like, is their purpose to build dams, or is like you see in like stereotypical type things. Beaver making dams. It's like their nest or whatever, right?
Well, aren't they
This
rodents?
really all started. Well, yes, because they look like wet capybaras or big ass wet rats.
What's the point of beavers?
Yeah, this also started because we didn't know what beavers sounded like. Well,
How
it
do they
started when
How do they sound?
they sound like a rat. But this also sparked because I didn't know what moose sounded like. But anywho.
Oh! All right, nigga. Recent research suggests that beavers help to protect people and their property from wildfires. Hold on, let me see how that is.
In the drought-stricken American West, an animal long considered a pest is now in demand.
Beavers are largely nocturnal animals, meaning they're most active at night. It's very rare to see them so close.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here.
Not
Beaver
their
affects
allies.
our landscape on a big level when it comes to fire and climate resiliency. Recent research suggests that beavers help to protect people and their property from wildfires. Riverside vegetation fed by beaver ponds acts as a fire break, stopping wildfires from advancing across the landscape. In 2021, the 20 times more land was burned by wildfires in Washington and Oregon than in 2020. With increasing rates of wildfire in the region, beavers may be an important defense against fire-induced property damage and destruction. They also minimize flood risk and mitigate flooding peaks.
Because they burrow and
What would happen if there were no beavers? Beavers are keystone species. This means their presence in nature greatly affects other wildlife. In fact, the removal of beavers from their natural setting leads to a decrease in habitat quality. As a result, fewer wildlife species are able to utilize the area.
That's like the coral reef. But like, let's take a break. And I'm gonna tell you what I watched on National Grid on the Smithsonian Channel, which
I
is
wonder what beavers taste like. Okay, yeah, let's take a break.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And pretend that he is Parson Brown.
When I was in Europe, I tried all the local specialties, you know. Norway, I tried reindeer meat. I was in a Norwegian butcher shop in January, and they had a sale on reindeer meat, and nothing says Christmas season is over.
Dream by the fire.
And we're black. We're talking about nothing on our final episode.
What do
of the year.
beavers taste like? After beaver hindquarters have been braising in a slow cooker with broth and onions for 8 hours, the beaver meat tastes similar to beef. It's a deep, woodsy character without any off flavors. It's lean but succulent.
That's what Brenda think about her classmate. Ooh, look at Patrick. He's lean and succulent.
She was like, I wonder what Patrick tastes like. Am I Brenda? Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, this is from what's that? Is this a QAnon website or Reddit? Quora? Why is it always coming up on my
Quora?
shit?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's like WikiHow. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
that. Yeah.
So I tried beaver for the first time recently at a wild game dinner. To be completely honest, if you want the taste of a beaver, go outside and grab some tree bark and yard clippings. Bring them inside, put them in a bowl, and cover with barbecue sauce. Take a bite. It seriously tasted like a tree with barbecue sauce. I would say to try it just to say you've tried it, but it's nasty. It was tough, oily, and just nasty.
That's like how I had reindeer and I didn't know it. I told you that story?
You had reindeer or deer?
Reindeer. So I was in high school and we were over to our homegirl's house because we had a big group project. And her daddy was a big hunter and he had this big ass reindeer like on the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Antlers and all that good stuff. And so for whatever reason, we ended up having lasagna. They're like, oh, my mom made lasagna. She had lasagna And, in the freezer, she just popped it in, moms. So we all had lasagna. And I noticed that the meat was sweeter than usual, but it was also like,
Gamey.
it's the sauce and people, cook shit. And they weren't black people. So I just kind of went along with it.
Oh.
They weren't white either.
Okay.
So so I ate it, and it was, it was
like
good.
Nobody else exists. I wasn't there. I'm confused.
I mean, it's San Jose. You can fill in
Mickey
the gaps,
Mouse is Mexican. Okay, sorry.
It's San Jose. Ain't no niggas. But
No, there's
whites.
ain't no white people, but ain't no niggas either. Yo, most fascinating time of my life. It's like Mexico. Okay, go ahead. No, this nigga's in Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we eating it, and all of a sudden, like the homegirl was like, "Did you guys like the food or whatever?" Because their parents were back or whatever. Like, yeah, it was cool. She was like, that was reindeer, right? Bitch, what?
Oh, here we are at the North Pole Reindeer Farm. Oh, here comes Dasher and Dancer and Prancer. And come on, Vixen. And Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen and little Rudolph sneaking by. I got you, Rudolph. Ho, ho, ho. Santa takes good care.
Reindeer or
And she was like, it was reindeer.
But they're Arctic caribou. Where the fuck did somebody in Sacramento get caribou?
I told you he was a hunter. Her dad was a hunter, so he went out.
Oh, he went to the Arctic.
Like, right. So he had like in their freezer. After we realized what we ate, we ended up going to the garage. There was like pheasant, elk, some other weird bird. Because I was like, what the fuck I don't know what the fuck was that. Oh, squab. Whatever the hell that is.
Oh, that's what I call hood rat old bitches. Squab. Tristan calls them cobots. I'd be like squabs.
The Bernices of the world.
Exactly. The squabs. I've had deer, and it's very gamey. I've had deer sausage.
I've had deer.
It's very gamey. Very lean and dry.
But I thought, but I was like, reindeer is very specific. But yeah, but her daddy goes on, he still does, because I've seen her repost him on the gram, and he be out like.
I think my dad ate bear.
Probably. I've had kangaroo once.
We all have had kangaroo if you've had Jack in the Box. Hold on. I'm going to ask
I almost
my
ordered
mom.
them today. No, there's this restaurant in Norwalk. There was a time in my life I used to date this white man. We'll talk about it. Go ahead. Call your mama.
I'm going to call my dad.
Oh.
That nigga put that nigga.
He avoided your mama.
That nigga banged it on me. But he butt dials me all day. What are you niggas doing? Y'all call me all goddamn day. Not nobody want to answer the phone.
I hate that.
That gets on my nerves.
When parents be like, they blow you up for the smallest thing for like, can you help me with my email? What's my email password? I don't know. I didn't create it. But when I want to just talk and see if you alive and shit or whatever, I'm going to call you back.
My mom called me 4 times yesterday. And every time she called me and told me what she had to tell me, she could get off the phone like I'm the one who called her bothering. Now y'all don't want to
I'm
call
the
me.
inconvenience.
Well, when I come back, I'll let you all know if they ate bear. That's one that I don't want to eat, though.
No.
Desire.
Oh, kangaroo story.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I used to date this white boy who didn't believe in going to chain restaurants.
Okay. So what did he eat? Like small mom and pops?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Connecticut makes easy for that.
Yeah, they do.
There's a lot of mom pop stuff or whatever. So
with ghosts.
Yes, because all of New England is haunted, especially Connecticut.
Oh, here he goes. Suge Knight's calling. Hold on. Hey. Who's this? Charlie? No, girl, it's not Boo Boo. Where's Poppy? Daddy. Have you had bear before? Bear. The animal. I thought you all ate it in Alaska. Oh, you had moose. What did that taste like?
That's just the same.
Was it flavorful? Mousse and spaghetti.
That's reindeer and lasagna.
Okay. All right, that's all I wanted. All right, bye. Bye, girl. Bye. 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 My niece. She's 2.
Oh, love it.
See? So he had moose. I was mistaken, not bear.
Same large, big nigga animal.
But what are hold on. What are moose related to?
Whatever that nigga was in the Wuzzles. Do you remember the Wuzzles? Where they were all like half breeds of animals come together.
Now both these niggas want to call me at the same time. I'm not answering you now. Well, I'm listening.
Do you remember the Wuzzles growing up? So it'd be like this moose, half elephant or whatever, and then there was like this bear, half bird, and then they all were like in like the jungle or whatever.
Hold on. The Wuzzles.
Here in the land of was, they're having twice the fun, 'cause every single thing is really 2 in 1. A little bit of this, a little.
Yeah, they're from the 80s, early 90s.
I remember the Wuzzles, but I'm trying to see the moose character. You talking about the blue one?
They changed color, so I don't. So yeah.
What is this bitch? She's not a.
Because it used to come on right before Care Bears, from what I remember.
They got a moose fish.
See, remember, it's like half.
Yeah.
They all like mulatto animals.
Oh, I remember the monkey. That's terrible, Jade. No, JT. But I do remember. I remember the monkey, especially this monkey. This one specifically. Hold on, let me show you.
Yes, no Erica Mena.
No boom boom pat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Those. Yes.
I remember the monkey and their fake ass Care Bear. Oh wait, I was trying to look and see what moose were related to besides elk. But like, what family does that fall in?
Whatever shit they fought on Power Rangers.
Oh, let's look at the history of the moose.
Denali from Gumby.
North American elk in British. Oh, so elk. Oh, y'all so aggravating.
Elk, water buffalo.
Oh, man.
Moose are such big creatures.
A mature moose is called a bull. A mature female, a cow, and an immature moose of either a calf. Okay, so are they in the cow family?
So they all cows.
They're in the cow family.
Moose.
I guess that would make sense. The cow family makes sense. They got, variations of faces. They like cousins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Moose cow. Cow moose.
We really didn't have shit to talk about on this episode at all.
No, not at all. But that's the whole point.
Speaking of moose and cow and shit in the wild, did we talk about Keith Lee eating a salmon chopped cheese?
No, but we can.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I don't, that young man seems like he's a nice. Hold on, I'm gonna text you because I just have to get it out, but I can't say it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, where are you at? But he seems like a nice young man.
I don't disagree with that sentiment.
Yeah. Loves his family. You know what I'm saying? Not a little emotionally detached. I guess that's the best way to say what I just texted.
Yeah. Like, I could see how it would be easy for him to be a cop if he ever chose that road.
Ooh.
Or like a mortician.
Yeah, he is an MMA fighter or some shit like that, right?
Oh, yeah. So he the same thing.
Same CTE. So,
there you go. That answers your question.
He seems nice and all of that, but I don't care about any of his food opinions. I love what he's built. You know what I'm saying? If this is how you're able to take care of your family and so forth and so on, then wonderful that you built this empire. I love this for you all. But I don't care about his food opinions. This nigga he went to a Trini spot here. And no, he went to a Trini spot in Queens. And he called a double a dumpling. Mm-hmm. Then somebody said he's on an Anthony Bourdain track.
No.
I almost lit everything on fire. That is one of the most disrespectful statements that I have ever heard. That Keith Lee is on an Anthony Bourdain trajectory.
You know.
Do you all listen when you talk, or?
Here's the thing. I think people talk in a vacuum. Right? Like out of the conscious space of Negro social media or Black social media, because y'all let whites in. So out of like that social media sect, it's a very small percentage of the world compared to the rest of the world, and especially the culinary world, right? Like I think that it is wonderful that Black people are able to find creative outlets and able to monetize on the internet. I think that's a wonderful thing to do, and I feel like, and it's a wonderful thing that Keith Lee has been able to provide boost in business and in sales.
Oh yes, and I think that aspect of it is also beautiful. Absolutely,
I think it's great. And none of my critique about Keith Lee is none of his doing.
No, not at all. Actually,
it's actually what other people put on him, right? So like that young person, I don't know who. Yeah, like my gripe about this New York tour he was on was I guess I do have a couple of gripes about him, right? It was like, I wish he would, on top of taking requests from restaurants, I did like how the Busy Trini restaurant recommended another one. Like,
and Trin City's that girl, and they really like even more so now.
Right. But I also wish that he would take on a lot of what like Yelp or Google review people, because people get on these places, especially ethnic places, and they bash it. Like I remember years ago, we talked about Yelp review. We did Yelp reviews of grocery stores in the hood. Like, we did this like almost 10 years ago. And we noticed that there's white people like, why is there no bok choy? Because fucking Myrtle Broadway.
This is
like
Philly, in the middle of Philly.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that, challenging the status quo of what the general public has said about them. Like, also how you and I talk about we don't eat at 5-star rated things. It's got to be 3.5 or in this middle, because we know niggas lie, or it's payola and sympathy.
Yeah, if it's 4.5, it could be really good. It could also be mid. But if it's 4.5, it could be really good, because nobody has 5 stars unless you have a ghost kitchen on DoorDash and you make your own reviews.
And you sell shit like Big Cock Burger, or
exactly. That you can order until like 4:30 a.m.
That'll kill you. But I like, people say extreme things. People say hyperbolic things.
They say things for rises.
They sell things. Like Keith Lee doesn't cook, so therefore I would never compare him. Or let me not say that. I don't know if he does.
Well, as his name started to arise and I had no clue who he was, I went to go do my research, and apparently his videos started with him like kind of cooking in the kitchen, not a chef, but like cooking. And then he did it again for Thanksgiving. And he like cooked with his family or whatever. And his food didn't look bad at all. It was like everybody has their family's way of doing things, which we have also discussed. There was a great big heaping of brown sugar in those grits though. I mean, those greens though. And You know, maybe that's your family's way of doing. I don't.
And then some apple cider vinegar and some brown sugar. I didn't really measure. I just went what my heart told me to do. I cooked that down for about 5 minutes, and then I poured the broth in, and I gave it a good stir. And then I added a little bit more seasoning. Again, I wasn't measuring, but then I added some bacon, and then my greens, and then my turkey meat. I let that come to a simmer, and then I put the top on and left it for an hour and a half to 2 hours.
You put brown sugar and greens?
No, I don't.
No, I'm asking. He did.
Mm-hmm. Now I know
this is like when you took me to that restaurant.
Yeah, and they had those sweet greens.
I spawned a nuke in the restaurant because
yes,
it was sweet
the greens were sweet. I think, and so that's why I'm like, some people's families, this may be their thing. Like they may make sweet greens or add sugar for whatever reason for this, that, or the third. I don't, and I don't know anybody who does. But it was a lot of brown sugar, and it just made me wonder.
Oh my God.
And I wonder.
You know, on the latest season of Hell's Kitchen, Daphne should have won. But the one of the black contestants was on there, and they had to do like a showdown. To show us what you're made of or whatever. Do you know this nigga made collard greens with orange soda? I kid you not.
No, that's not true.
and claimed and lied up here and said he owned his own restaurant. And it was his. And I knew they were going to be nasty as soon as he said these two words.
World famous. Yeah.
Bingo. He said, "I'm making my world's famous collard greens." I said, "You are going home today, sir."
World famous is such a big lie too,
braised
because most
in
of the
orange
world
soda.
don't even. The world hates us, so
Yeah.
we know it's not world famous. Unless
Right.
it's world
I know.
famous for being. I don't know.
Right. Like, no. Yo Mima's mac and cheese isn't world famous because she wasn't allowed in certain places. So
Oh my God.
after a certain time.
I'm gonna start calling my grandma's cornbread world famous. It's
Oh.
terrible.
Called us pussy world famous.
But I am tired of these phenomenons. Like I'm tired of the New York chopped cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese phenomenon. Like that's not what niggas is eating on a regular basis.
That's so weird.
And
First-
the internet
oh,
has
that-
hyped things that yes are regular when you go into a deli or whatever, but also is not like niggas are not just geeking over chopped cheeses and bacon, egg, and cheeses everywhere. Like that's just not.
That's why I said on the internet, I was like, chopped cheese, I know it's been around, but it's a relatively new thing. I lived in New York in the early aughts of 2000s, and yes,
no,
people
chopped
may
cheese
have
been
gotten
around,
it.
but chopped cheese
just
also
wasn't-
it was not this much of a thing as the
No.
internet has made it. Like bacon, egg, and cheese has
Jesus
been
and Mary made
around,
it famous.
and they've always been a delicious breakfast staple. But they act like New York, home of pizza, chopped cheese, and fucking what did I just say?
Bodega food or what?
Yeah.
Any type of bodega food.
And I'm like, oh, Queens has some fabulous Greek food, Asian food, Indian food, Pakistani food.
Open Table did research and they were like, you can go to every restaurant in New York City and not go to the same one.
Yep.
And it would take you 22 years to get through every restaurant in New York if you ate at different ones.
I would argue that we are like, I'm like, okay, go out in this world and say like outside of the Caribbean, obviously, like Caribbean food. We have one of the largest Caribbean communities outside of the Caribbean and Rotterdam and London.
Yeah.
But we have one of the
Probably
largest Caribbean communities, and we have a plethora of Caribbean restaurants. There's so many places to eat where you can eat Trini food, you eat Guyanese food, you eat Jamaican food, you eat Bajan food, you eat Haitian food, you like all over the place. But niggas want to resort to a chopped cheese, and then somebody
I'm
told
gonna
him
be honest.
salmon and thought that was a good idea.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. Eating fish from a bodega is
Crazy town.
like that's
crazy town.
you got Keith Lee, you got people in your circle who are praying for your downfall.
Yeah.
Because
Tighten
why
up
on
in the
earth
MMA.
were you salmon? First of all, Salmon chopped cheese sounds like salmon Alfredo on bread.
Oof. Braided salmon Alfredo and bread.
Yeah, like I don't get
with
it.
a
Number one,
douce
number two.
glaze.
Yeah, number. Y'all can keep that in that hot ass lettuce on chopped cheese or whatever the fuck, which is a fucking burger, a loose meat burger. So you're just gonna have just loose.
It is.
Like,
that is a deconstructed cheeseburger. Chopped cheese is a deconstructed cheeseburger. That's it.
It is. It's all it is.
It's the way they do a Philly, where a Philly cheesesteak, where they literally just, they put the meat and everything, and then they, that's what a chopped cheese is, but cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And you did that with salmon.
Yeah, that's a choice. So you just and I'm assuming that they use canned salmon. I'm going to hope they used canned salmon.
Probably.
Because if that fresh salmon in a girl.
In a deli, nigga.
Ew.
In a deli. You might as well drink yourself a wholesale box of ballerina tea because you are about to live in the bathroom, my nigga. Like fish from a deli, nigga. I don't eat tuna from the deli.
You better get on Brenda's diet plan because Brenda might be here better off eating other people than you would than salmon.
I bet you there's some other people who are much more delicious than deli salmon.
Now back to Brenda because I'm never letting this go. Let's take a break. I have more questions.
Okay.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
You are the sole survivor of a 35-minute delay. 35 minutes I will never forget. You ate 112 of your fellow passengers. You could have eaten just one, but no, you ate a little bit of each passenger. What?
So back to Brenda. Does she have like particular tastes or how like it's to be prepared? Like, is it stewed or also keep that note in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was watching, damn.
It's like
They're
we're
dead.
in the same place.
I know. So like I was watching on social and there is a movement of cannibalism. Or not they call carnivorism.
Okay.
And they eat nothing but meat, raw or otherwise. So is this like a thing for her for Brenda? Like, you know, does she only eat meat? Like, what are the signs outside of her telling people? Like, does she only like for breakfast? Does she come with like a pork chop?
No, I don't. Ethnically, I don't think so.
Or like, okay. Yeah. So she comes with like a leg of lamb.
Let's see. Maybe a fish and chip.
So it's not like medieval times that she just walks up to you and it's just like a big ass turkey leg. It's like,
actually, yes, with a squash in the other hand. Like,
okay.
And she's like, please put this on the spit for me. Like, she's. Now, what we could do is create some Brenda fan fiction because we could envision how Brenda would prepare her meat delicacies.
Because in my head, I know Brenda's 12, but she's dressed like the
orphan.
Brienne of Tarth on Game of Thrones. Is the big woman still here?
Lady O'Brenda. Brenda, let's see.
Yeah.
I think I personally think Brenda likes things. You remember on the Great Barbecue Showdown when they made them cook food medievally, slavely,
yeah, colonially.
Like these niggas said, "You're going to cook today antebellum style," and I was like, "Hey."
Right here, underneath the noose.
Hey, nigga, right by the tree. What is wrong with you all? Who is in the writers' room? Who approved this shit?
Who booked this?
Y'all said we gonna cook antebellum style, nigga. We've had enough of that. We've had enough of that. We've had enough of cooking for y'all. And then that lady who was the fucking judge, you know, the one who makes the best brisket or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, she looks wooden.
Yeah, with the burnt skin. Exactly, in the sunspots. I'm definitely not cooking for that bitch because, hello, this feels like deja vu, but like 400 years ago.
Yeah, she's definitely Sarah Paulson.
Absolutely.
In 12 Years a Slave.
But I think Brenda likes to cook her meats antebellum style. Maybe in a brick oven.
I'm telling you, it's like Sweeney Todd. Like, she's making them into pies. Where's Patrick at? Mince meat.
What if you were eating people lasagna?
Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them Silent Green is people!
I could have.
You could have.
You never know. Soylent Green is a thing. You never know.
I remember
people eat cockroaches and shit.
I remember I had this friend growing up. She was Haitian, and I was over her house one day, and her mother was cooking, and she was telling us about when she was growing up in Haiti. And she's like, I remember coming home to my aunt's house. She's like, and there was a piece of meat in the oven that did not cook all day. Like, the oven was on, it's going, and the meat would not cook. Now, I don't know how much of a myth this was either. Because I imagine, like, no matter what the meat is, it's still going to cook.
It's going to cook.
It's going to cook. But she swore.
Fire to the rain.
She swore this meat did not cook. And why did this meat not cook? Because her aunt was cooking a dog.
Oh, my God. Did I ever tell you how Mark and I walked up on an anti-dog eating protest?
What? What?
One day, Phyllis and I were walking. We were walking. We were going to a restaurant in Chinatown.
Oh no! You can't finish the story.
No, I'm telling you what. This is where it was.
Oh no!
It was in Chinatown, and they had. It was a rally for people to stop eating dog. And like they were, and like, mind you, me and Mark are just, we're like, the weather girls, 2 tons of fun. We're having a wang dang, key cackling, macackling. And all of a sudden we're handed this flyer. We're just like, yeah, girl, blah, blah, blah. We're looking at it like, bitch, what is this? And it's like, they had like rows of like, when you like do like the chicken in the windows or whatever, like the Peking duck in like the windows or whatever. They definitely had like on the flyer, it was like rows of like dog's meat on skewers. And then they had like protest signs with like mimicking the dogs on skewers. Like, hell no. It was so dramatic.
Hold on. I'm about to look this up.
And then me and Mark went to 99 Favors and had unlimited meat for $24.99.
That sounds like Bridesmaids anti-dog eating protest. Nope, I can't. No, no.
It's a movement.
No, everything. See? Was this 2016?
That sounds about right.
Misguided protesters target NYC. No, see, this is phobic. This is ist. This is ism. This is. Let me see here.
It was interesting.
Misguided protesters target NYC.
Maybe it might have been earlier. I don't know. I've known
this also seems like they are being
anti-phobic and yeah. Well, I will say the group that was protesting was of the community.
Oh,
so it was like
I don't have a dog in that fight.
Literally. It's time to go. It's time to go. Thank you all for a wonderful, fantastical year
of nothing.
Of nothing.
Yeah.
We'll be back. There'll be more episodes throughout the year. But we want to say thank you for supporting us and continuing on. And we'll be back on our same bullshit in 2024.
Yes.
No growth here.
Never. What do you mean? We are 10 years of plateau, nigga.
Exactly. Making giggles for 8-year-olds.
Because we're 8.
Yeah.
And so was Brenda.
Yeah.
She's an 8-year-old serial killer, nigga.
Anyway, bye, y'all.
Bye.
Yes, we're moving on.